Well, heidi hody hum, people. It's Monday night, and I had planned to be absolutely um, doing time trials and just getting some usage on getting my consistency down for daily race B and C for this week, which I'm actually quite happy with in Gran Turismo. And I had a go of daily race A, and it's yeah, just the only way I can say it. It's a shit fight. So yeah, but unfortunately, after doing some consistent lessons, hitting some pretty good times, fastest time so far is in the Toyota 86, but it looks like the pedals have finally given up the ghost. It's just really, the throttle's just going all the way down to the bottom middle. It's just all over the place now. It's just about, I don't know, it's been okay for the last week. It's been good. Then today it's like, stuff you. And I've unplugged it, done everything, and it's still playing up. So it looks like the pedals have really hit. Now, anyway, you're going to see why I'm calling this the recovery, the late night recovery mission. And though it's not a mission within the game, I created my own mission, and you're going to see now why. Oh dear, we had a little bit of a boo boo. Quite a big boo boo, actually, and I need to get that container over there, and I don't want to restart and have to do it all over again. And to make it more interesting, I'm going to go to the garage, and we're going to get we're going to have to grab one of the bigger cranes and see what we can do. So see if I've got a big truck that I can put a crane on. Well, definitely not that thing. Maybe this. This is a bigger truck than that. So I'm thinking this bad boy, if we can get a crane on it. So let's see. Can this bad boy have a crane? Yes, it can, like straight away. Heavy duty crane. Well, that's what we're going to need. Let's see if there's any other upgrades available for it. Engageable all-wheel drive. Yes, we are going to need that. So let's put that on. Can't do a snorkel. Diff lock. Yep, very handy to have the diff lock. Tires. Off-road. Don't need chain, but we need off-road tires. We'll chuck those on. That's good. Don't need balance gearbox. Yes, and we need the off-road gearbox. And what about engine-wise? I might as well put that one in. Oh, wait, no, put that one in. It's more powerful. Okay, so now we're going to have to drive this all the way over to the other place. Welcome to the long drive. So we have to go over to that other map. So it's going to be a bit of drive for a recovery mission here. At least we've got this truck fully decked out now for all-wheel drive and stuff. It's quite a useful truck, this one. So the aim is to get this over to the other place and we have to recover the mistake I did, and then we'll try and finish that mission. I was a bit grumpy when I was doing that mission. I just tried to rush it too quickly for that section, and it was my fault. We're only human, aren't we? Humans do make mistakes. So I made a mistake, and I paid the consequences for it, that's for sure. To save our fuel, I'm just using this in using the rear wheels. I'm not engaged in the four-wheel drive yet. It's always useful having a decent sized crane. This is a decent sized crane. Hopefully it's going to be strong enough to do what we're going to need of it, but we will find out. Engage it for all-wheel drive along this little section. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Hi, Andy, buddy. Hi. Hi, thanks for coming in just to say hi. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button. Everyone likes being hit by that like button. Playing a bit of Snowrunner because unfortunately I've had to course short my Gran Turismo ring, and I'm not sure. It looks like the pedals may have finally really given up the ghost. The throttle was only like getting half on. I unplugged, did everything. I only cleaned it perfectly over the weekend. I mean, I pulled the whole thing apart, cleaned it out, sprayed some WT-20 on it, and it's in the WD-40, should I say. And it was working okay all last week, and then tonight, it just went to half throttle. It was all over the place. It's just, yeah, I think I might have to put my racing on hold. I can't stand this controller. I'm not very good at it. I'm not going to ruin other people's races. So, looks like I've been having more time for SnowRunner at the moment. I was planning to do some streaming during the week, but unless someone's got a spare $1,800 Australian to lend me for a couple of weeks, it's probably going to be about, I would say, about 3 weeks before I'll be able to get the new pedal set and wheel, because I'm not going to get another Logitech, so I'm just going to have to. Looks like I have to put my racing on hold for a while. Bit of a bummer, but shit happens. So you won't be saying Aussie, Aussie, Aussie when I win a race or anything, because I won't be able to do much for a while. It's a real bitch. It really annoys the crap out of me, but it's such as life. Just don't buy Logitech, believe me. I do not recommend anyone waste their money on a Logitech wheel. They're okay for about a year, and then they just go downhill. They just the pedals start playing up. It's always just out of warranty. No, I'm actually quite delicate on them. Never wear shoes. I don't smash them down or anything like that. Logitechs are just really poorly designed. Their pedals are just so weak. They're built to a price, so they can make a bigger profit. That's what they are. If I had even just a base Thrustmaster T300 or something like that, at least with that, if the pedals fail, I can buy different pedals, because you can buy separate pedals for the Thrustmaster. But Logitech, you can't. I could say, oh, you know, these ones have had it. I'll just go and buy myself a new set of. Maybe they'll release some pro ones with load cell. No. Logitech are too kind of mainstream, so that they don't concentrate on wheels and stuff like that. Companies like Fanatec, even Thrustmaster, they've got their whole division. They've got whole divisions just on the wheel. Or Fanatec only do wheels. But yeah. Thrustmaster concentrate mainly on gaming equipment, accessories and stuff, so they put more effort into it. So yeah, I will not get another Logitech again. I've put seriously downstairs. I've got a I've had a G in my part. I've had a G25. Which actually had less problems with that one. Then I got a G27. I got a then I got a G29 for the PS4. Because back PS3 days, I could use I got a Fanatec wheel, CSR wheel, and I could use that wheel on both the PS3 and the Xbox 360 and PC. It was great. Then the PS4 came out, and they went separate ways, and especially Logitech. So I had to, because I love GT Sport, I got myself the G29, like you just mentioned. It was great until it just, come COVID, the pedals were starting to play up a little bit. But when COVID hit, just about 3 months after COVID hit, we'd just come out of a major lockdown. We were allowed to go to the shops, and my wheel just completely died. It just I was in the middle of the race, and it started doing it every now and then. The wheel would just turn off or do crazy things, suddenly turn, and then this time it just went all crazy and it never turned back on again. It's not cheap in Australia. A G29 is still selling for $499 Australian. A G, and I also had a G920. That was the Xbox version because I used that for Forza. So I don't mind the Forza. I don't think it's great online, but I didn't mind the Forza games. And I do want to get a wheel that works with the Xbox Series X once the new Forza Motorsport comes out next year, because that's actually looking quite promising. So yeah, my G29 died, so I ended up getting the G92, the PS4 version, of course, of the G923. I wanted to try and get a T300, a Thrustmaster T300 or something like that. Even though the quality is about the same, at least I could have changed the pedals. But there was just none in Australia at that time, so the only set of pedals I could get my hands on at that time that I could afford was the G923. And believe me, I will not get another Logitech wheel if you offered to buy it for me. You could offer me to buy it for me and I'll say no. Keep your money. Oh, this track, mate, it's amazing. It's a 10-minute 50. Well, I got my lap time down at Daily Race B down to a what was it? One with the, surprisingly, with the Toyota 86, and I got it down to a 2-minute 23.223 or something around that area. The best I could do with the WRX was, but I thought I could do better. I thought actually I reckon I was faster, but then the throttle just started playing up. The throttle just went to halfway, and it's had some little niggling problems, but tonight it just went halfway. It's just, I unplugged it, plugged it back in, tried everything, and it's the worst it's ever been. It was like I was only getting half to quarter throttle, no matter what I could do. So it's basically had it. So it looks like I'll be giving GT7 or any racing game on the PlayStation a break for a while, sadly. I got down to 1 minute 39 something. I think a 39.7 or something like that. No, 39.4 I think it was actually. I don't think I'll get down to Mr. Zero's kind of time, but I haven't really given the Super a good run. That was, I can't remember what car that was. I think it actually wasn't the Super actually, but I was looking forward to doing some more on that, and doing some more with tomorrow, and hosting a lobby. But now, and I can't stand controller. I'm actually hopeless, and I'm not going to race online with a controller because I'm not going to ruin anyone else's race. So sadly, it's looking like I could be off from GT7 for 2-3 weeks. So I've come over to this one because we've got a major recovery to do. I've got a truck that's fallen over on the side in the cargo, and I don't want to have to go and start all that back up again. So we're taking this big crane over to hope that we can right everything back up, and so the truck can then continue on its merry way. But it is a bit of a drive to get there, as you can see. He's doing very well, Mr. Zero. I was actually happy with how tonight's stream went. I was a bit saddened that I couldn't see the box of chat, and luckily no one came in to ruin it. But I just don't want to risk that, so I think it worked. I had the chat turned off, You guys spoke along to each other. Wasn't a huge amount of people, and the numbers are definitely down recently due to some different matters that are beyond my control. Some of us know what those are. Some of it I think is because I've been getting a bit too angry, so I'm going to hold that back. I'm going to have to now, because I won't be racing for a while, which I really hate. I actually thought these races were going to be really good this week. I was looking forward to doing some daily race Bs and Cs this week. Not A. I did one race in A on a different account I've got, just a shitty account that I use that I just don't give a shit about. And yet daily race A for that last section was just absolutely... I think I saw about 5 or 6 cars get taken out that last corner. People were just straight lining straight through there. I lost it, got sent off the track, and it reset me halfway around the track back. So far back, I've never been reset that far back in my life. But yeah, I'm upset that I'm not going to be able to race for a while, but what can I do? Everything's just delaying. If I had the car on the road now, I'll just go and throw the wheel on Afterpay. And even with Afterpay payments, you're looking at about $1,400. That's without buying the load cell pedals. I'll have to buy that later. But if I buy, it's about... They're often, I think they can give it to me. It's normally $13.99, and they can give it to me for $1,300 or something like that. It's not a huge amount, but unfortunately, I just can't afford the payment on that. So you have to divide it by 1,300 by 4. That's what the payments would be like every 2 weeks. And unfortunately, yeah. Once I've got the car on the road, problem that's been delayed, and that could be delayed up to nearly 2 months now, because Queensland Transport are saying it may take them 6 weeks to do a criminal check on me. It used to be they used to quote 14 days, and it was done within just a couple of days. But they used to quote a maximum of 14 days. Now they're quoting a maximum. Actually, they're not saying maximum. They said around 6 weeks, maybe longer, maybe less. I've worked out with the amount of money that I'd be earning from driving limos. If they delay me by 6 weeks until I can put that car on the road, that is going to cost me $12,000. Because the cars are earning roughly around $3,000 a week. I can't even get that at the moment. I can't afford that. I'm not going to put money into something that's around the same tier as what I've got. I'll rather just have to put up with I want at least a TGT2, the minimum. I honestly would prefer to get a DD Pro, but there's none in Australia. Just can't get hold of it at all. It's zero, no stock, not until the end of the year. So the next best option is I can get some TGT2s, which is a good medium to use, and then if I start earning this kind of money, then once the DD Pro comes out, I'll just grab one of those and sell the TGT2. That's what I mean by school holidays. He's not on holiday, all the kids are. You poor boy Andy, I feel sorry for you, mate. I've got 2 kids. I've got a 20-year-old daughter to my first marriage and a 11-year-old boy to my last marriage. I've been married twice. And yeah. I know how costly kids can be. I'm sure the T300's good. I just, again, if I'm going to put money back into this, I just don't want to go straight back to the same level that I'm currently at. I've contacted Fanatec and they say no available stock in Australia. And that was this morning actually. I contacted them. They offered me a slight discount as well, which was nice of them. And also, Fanatec's main distributor in Australia is the same company that I can get the TGT from. They all kind of go for the same place that do next level. Pagan Imports, they're the main imports for Fanatec in Australia as well. So yeah, I've tried, and even if they did have, they're even more expensive. I'm saying about 1,300 for the TGT2, looking at about 1,700 for the DD Pro with pedals. So sadly, unless I win Lotto, no way I'll be getting, even if the DD Pro was available right now. Just can't get it. Just don't have the money. If Queensland Transport could get their asses into gear, I would be back. I'll be up and running with the limos, and within 2 weeks I'd have the money to buy it outright. Either of them, but unfortunately, Queensland Transport want to, of course, charge you money, because they charge you a heap of money now just to do the criminal check, limousine license, and all that stuff. So yeah, it's great. You know, it's a great life at the moment. And I wanted to make the most of this this available time, because once I start driving limos, I'm going to have much less time to stream. The streams may be all over the place. It won't be. It's going to be very hard because limo work is, you don't know what you're doing each day, so it's very hard to plan. Get whose logo, Andy? Better not be Logitech's logos. I want to get my OTR logo back into my game since I lost access to those. I must not been able to have my OTR logo. Oh, Pagan, yeah. Be cool to have a Pagan. You see in the colour scheme. So it'd be cool, like, to have a car painted up fully in their colour scheme. But at least we could have their wording for Pagan Imports and put that on my cars, because I want to show them some support. They've been quite good. You might have seen a little video that I did on the next level wheel stand light. I need to get fuel, but before I get fuel, I need to go into options. This is the stupid audio thing, and turn ambient sound off, because if there's any music playing at the petrol station, I'll get copyrighted for music. So every time I go to a petrol station, I have to either go crazy on here, so I overtalk the music. And I can't remember if I got a link down below. There's a link to the Pagan. If you go to aussietech.com, there's a review on there. Click on I think it's reviews. There's a review I did of the wheel stand light, and there's a link to Pagan Imports to their website. If there's anything particular you would like a logo, I could actually contact them and ask if they can send me a copy of their logo. So that's quite easy to do. That would help you. So hopefully I'll just get away from this petrol station so I can enable environmental sounds. We're near the crash site. So yeah, it's stupid. This game, when you go to the petrol station, it's got this really bad quality kind of radio music playing in the background, and that little bit of background music sets off the copyright within YouTube. Because as you can see, I've got music volume set to 0 on this, but unfortunately the background music they have in the petrol stations is not part of the music for the game, it's part of ambient sounds. So every time I get petrol from streaming, I have to turn off ambient sounds, or I start singing on this, or I just shut up, and when the copyright comes through I just cut that section. It lets me cut that section out of the stream, which is also a pain in the ass. I wish Pagan would be able to get me the wheel and then I pay it off to them, but I'm not big enough. I'm not a big enough YouTuber for them to want to do that kind of thing. They've given me some good pricing, but that's the best that they could do. They can't afford to even lend me it, unfortunately. It'd be nice if they could, but I'm just not big enough. I'm only a small fry. 280 subs is not much at all. I've got 748 subs on this account, but it's been dormant for so long. I'll say 700 of those subs are just nothing now. But I enjoy this account for streaming stuff like this and Stray. I need to do another video on Stray, I think. I need to do the next chapter. I don't like rushing through games. So, okay. That's where the accident scene is, so we're going to need to turn this thing around. Hoping that we can lift what we need. So yeah, this is an accident scene up here. See, a truck's right over on its side. Need to try and make this crane, when I stop it up here, that it's as flat and stable as possible. Whoop, need to go forward a bit. Okay, this is where the fun begins. Need to press that button. We need to activate the anchors. Better be careful these power lines. Better I. If I go up, and hit that power line, I'm going to kill myself. They're invisible anyway. So this is a recovery we need to try and do. First things first, we need to detach the trailer. So I need to actually jump to the other truck, detach the trailer, get back on the crane. First things first, we need to move the cargo. Whoops. Don't know why. That's what we want. I don't know if this will work. Last time I tried to recover a fallen over truck, it failed. Lift this around here. letting me connect to the trailer, so let's see if we can move the truck without causing major problems to ourselves. Truck's definitely too heavy to lift up, so it won't. I'm just hoping if we can pull it over, it might right itself enough. Oh, no, it's got to roll over again. We might need to go the other way, I think. Might sound hard, but... now we can get the trailer. Get that over. Oh! Nearly had our truck tipped over. To this poor truck. Now, if I'm hoping if we can. I want to get hold of this, not that side, this other side. But it won't let me. I need to get that other side. That's what could also help. Let's try this. Let's see if I can if I pull this forward, we'll pull the truck back over. Well, that worked in an unusual way, but it worked. Okay, let's park this here. That was one way of doing it. Now we need to push that trailer. Then pull it back over. Now don't roll it again, Ian. It's very slowly forwards. Got to roll over again. Okay, we might be able to get a front and get that on now. So let's, number one, let's get this to daytime. A lot of hard work, guys. All of this so I don't have to go back and do all that again. Okay. Now I think I can drive around the outside of it there. Take this slowly. Isn't this riveting viewing, guys? Isn't this really absolutely blowing your minds? It's got like a create my own mission, the recovery mission. Let's go this really slow. Up on that road, come on, we can do it. Oh, this is crazy. Can we get this trailer back on? Handbrake on. We'll turn off the engine there. Change to the other truck. Just need to move a little bit that way. It's an unorthodox way of doing this, but it's worked. I wish I could drive the car, race car. I'm not actually quite happy with this week's dailies as well. Looking forward to doing those. Okay. Let's restore this crane. Jump the other truck. Let's pack that cargo so it stays in there. Oh, we've done it! Oh, thank you. Thank you. Reverse this truck up. I'll worry about this later. You can just stay here for the moment. And let's finish this mission that this truck was on. Need to fill up. Let's finish the mission that I started on. I'm not minding you, Matt. It's okay. Don't mind me while I try and finish this mission without any more mistakes. Yeah, and if you can do up a car in the pagan kind of colour scheme, yeah, that might help sweeten the deal for them. They might, oh yeah, we'll help him. We'll help him out. Look at that, he got this awesome paint done up. And I'll make sure they know who you are. I said, oh, I didn't paint it. This awesome guy, Andy painted it. At least got the logos. If you can at least do their logos, I'll do up a car in the colour scheme. But yeah, I would love to get the DD Pro. Believe me, that's the wheel I want. That's I want to go direct drive. Direct drive's so much better than these other wheels, but the TGT 2 is still very good. It's probably best of the non-direct drive wheels, and it's a really good. I've had a go of one actually. I really like it, but and it's the only one I can get hold of at the moment. As I said, I would love to get hold of the other one. Now I can't be bothered turning off the ambient sound, so I'm just going to talk really funnily now. I'm just going to talk really funny and just over drown the music, so hopefully I don't get copyrighted right now. But if you can't hear this, it's me. If you're re-watching the stream at another time, it just means that it got copyrighted and I had to cut this section out because we don't want the music to play from the petrol station because I'll get copyrighted and I don't want to get a copyright strike. So yeah, I'm just talking over the music just in case it's over. I can hear it there. I can hear the music there. We can't have that music ruining up my copyright. Can't have that music. No, you can't have that. No, you can't do that. No. And if you're watching this back and going, what, and it didn't get copyrighted and that didn't get cut out, then you're just thinking, God, this guy's an absolute lunatic. Sorry, Matt, if you just got confused while you're trying to drive and I'm just going goo goo gaga. That's just because of the good old copyright in the stupid game. So let's see if I can deliver these drilling bits to the port. Might have to have an earlier night than I normally do because I've got my ex is dropping off my son tomorrow morning and I'm taking him to school in the morning. She's got an appointment at 8 o'clock. See, that's why we get on well. That's why it's really good to get on well with your ex, and believe me, not many. How many of your exes still do your washing for you? Buy you air fryers. We go out for day trips together. Even talking about going away for a weekend with our son. How many exes do you do that with? Do that kind of stuff, you know? It's very rare to get on well with your ex-wife or ex-partner. My first wife, we don't talk. My ex-partner that broke up with me 2 days after my birthday last year. Haven't heard a peep from her since. That's how she broke up. She basically ghosted me. Never said, oh, this is not working out, I think we should break up. She just stopped talking. I suppose it's better than having a breakup and if she had said some nasty things about me, so yeah. Sadly, she just turned out to be just a bit too much. Beautiful woman, and I still have this. Always going to be a part of her in my heart because I really did love her so much. That was probably the hardest breakup, honestly, because the other ones I'd already fallen out of love for years. But with this, my partner, I felt like I was still in that early stages of, so that hurt the most. Honestly, since September last year, my life's been crap. Turned upside down. I really did love her, but she, in the end, I think, expected a bit too much expectation, and yeah. Wish her all the best, especially her son. Kind of also helped him become a sim racer. You know, I gave him my old G27 wheel and a PC and stuff. That really got him into sim racing. He loved it. He'll be doing year 12 this year. Well, it's good that you're on good terms with all your exes. But one thing I must say, especially these cold nights, I'm missing that female companionship. Just someone to share the bed with me, to keep me warm, you know, just that cuddling up and stuff like that. I really do miss that. And honestly, I don't think I'll ever have that again. Got a feeling, not that I want to, but I've just got a feeling I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. I don't want to be that way, but some people do. I honestly wish I could meet someone that could just accepted me for who I am, not for someone. You know, trying to find a female that would do that. Very rare to find out someone that will accept you for who you are, not what they want you to be. Okay, too much information there, Matt. Though I do hear some of these dolls can be very lifelike, but nah. So the cleaning out bit, that's the messy bit. Cleaning it. Yeah. Let's not go into that whole adult only side of things. This is not an adult only stream. So let's go there. Funny though. That's the hardest thing. I still struggle to sleep at night time because of this past relationship, because it really, really hurt me how it went down at the end. Really, really hurt hard. And if she was a blow-up doll, now, just, she'd be very deflated. Just sad. Story of my life though. Always felt like I'm the one being used. Let's not go into that depressive state. I'm trying to get out of that. I'm depressed enough that my wheels are gone. That I won't be able to do any Gran Turismo for quite a while. Just after some good day. I actually liked the dailies for this week. I liked B and C, but I thought I got a good mix between the two of them, so I was looking forward to doing both. Okay, C's not much really to it, and I wish they would get off the reliance on these stupid hard tyres. But I was actually looking forward to it. I like the race for Daily Race B was one that haven't done that much of that track at all, so that was going to be very interesting. Daily Race A was always just a complete waste. Going to go past the truck that I did all that hard work on to unlock just for man, I was going to do a stream. God, that's realised I can't. I was going to do a stream just going for a run around in that thing with the steering wheel, getting the first person in that, because it looks, actually I'll show you, it looks absolutely cool first person in this thing. So you go inside, see it's got a bed to sleep in, you might want to put a mattress down. It's kind of crazy that you can be like you're inside the thing. Because outside it's the crocodile themed tank. That thing is just a scouting beast. Anyway, let's go and finish off this job. Where are you going, truck? Jesus, what? Seriously? Why are you connected to something? I never pressed that button. Wow, that was only went down the cliff. That would have been an even bigger recovery mission. Or at least as I can use this game. No, I still reckon GT7 looks amazing. I do still think that GT7 has been compromised because of the PS4 version. I know, I said it. I pressed the wrong button. I closed my YouTube. There we are. Now I meant to make our way up that way down to that point. And that might be it for the stream after I do that. But at least we've recovered the truck, which is great. No, I hadn't ended. I just had a message on the guy that's helping me get the limousine license sorted out, the limo plates and stuff. He was messaging me. Now I think what I might do is I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna jump in that truck when I'm down there, and we're gonna go down there because I'm sure there's an unlock I can get that's just up here, along here. I just found that's the way down, so we're gonna go and do that after we finish this. I'm gonna go and jump in the tartan, and we're gonna go down there and use the tartan for what it's good for. Get that unlock. So no, I haven't finished streaming yet. Soonish, because I do have to get up early in the morning. Mind you, 7:30 is not even early in the morning. Sometimes with limo work, I'm up before the sun comes up. You have to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go and see certain jobs and stuff like that. You can have some crazy hours. That's one part of the work I'm not looking forward to. But I'm actually really looking forward to getting the first passenger in the car and getting people's opinions in the BMW and stuff like that. I'm really looking forward to that. I just think that GT7 could have been even greater with less of the problems that people are complaining about if they hadn't done the PS4 version. And I honestly think the only reason why they really did the PS4 version was because of the availability, short supply of the PS5. They weren't going to get the sales then, so they wanted to get the sales, so they decided, no, we're going to do this on PS4 as well. And I just think that's kind of held back the game. I think the game could have been greater and even more polished if it was designed just for the PS5. If it had taken advantage of all the power of the PS5 you'd probably have more. Well, actually, instead of having a reduction of down to 16 cars, we could have had probably up to 30 cars in the daily race. But a lot of it's to keep it even, because everything that they do now for the PS5 has to work on the PS4 version. And it's great for you guys that you can get it on PS4. But I think there's going to be a point where they're going to have to admit that they're going to have to. There'll probably be a point where they will either stop support for the PS4 version, or they'll separate them. So they might, and especially when Forza Motorsport comes out next year, they're going to want to do something to entice people not to change over to that, because Forza Motorsport, they're not supporting the Xbox One. It's going to be just Xbox Series S and X that will be supported, and you can also on PC, of course, as well. So. But it's not all. I'm not just talking about graphics. I'm also talking about the physics, mainly the physics engine with the Gran Turismo. The physics engine, everything that has had to be designed to run on the PS4, so they can't take advantage of the more powerful CPU and everything else. Not just they take advantage of the GPU, but they can't take advantage of the power of the PS5, because the game has to run also on the and has to run the same on the PS4. So stop. It's quite obvious that there could be more cars in a race if it was just on PS5. But having said that, look, it's great that's on PS4, because people like I think you guys have only got it on PS4, so I'm not just talking about the graphics side of things. The CPU, the processing power of the PS4 isn't as powerful as the PS5. So if they could have just done it on PS5 and used just that, they could have more cars on the track, and they'd probably have some other things that could be done. They could have done a little bit better job with the physics, because again, it has to be everything that they do on the PS5 version has to run on the PS4 version. Apart from the PS5 version just has prettier graphics and faster loading times. Well, I know that the FIA have now signed up with Assetto Corsa for their FIA series, and and GT7 is, I believe, going. That's why they got they got to call it the GT World Series, because it's not officially now with FIA, because FIA went to Assetto Corsa. Which is a pity, because then that means it's only for PC gamers. Because Assetto Corsa on PS5 is still, honestly, offline racing is still fun, and I still play it again a little bit for offline racing. But Assetto Corsa on PS5 for online racing is a joke, because it's still stuck. And they said it was going to be out in August, the 1.8 patch, to bring it up almost in line with the PC version. Now there's been no word on it, there's been no updates. The support, everyone having go at Gran Turismo 7 for poor support. You want poor support, just look at the crazy support that I'm going to go unlock that. Which way should we go for that? We could go for a drive up this way and down that way to there, or we can go down this way. I think we'll go along this way for a change. Yeah. So yeah, let's do a bit of so what is the news? You can just what basically is it FIA going now with GT7, or is it now officially confirmed that the FIA have gone away from GT7 because they signed the whole deal with Senna Corsa. That's what I heard last. They've actually gone with Senna Corsa. Yeah, that's old news. They went with that news was like a month or so ago that they've gone exclusively with a Senna Corsa now. Yeah, that's old news. That was about a month ago. That's why they call it. That's why they don't call it the FIA Series anymore. They call it the GT World Series because of that very reason. Well, they're saying next year with GT7, are they? Is that what you're saying? They're going to go with GT7 next year. I know why they're doing that, because GT7's a lot more accessible. There's so many more copies of GT7 than Senna Corsa, even on PC. PC's okay. Yeah, GT7. Look, I'd rather, even if they say it's not ready for that standard, but you know what? I'd rather that they released it now and then work on it and improve it. And I do think they're going to have to do a proper PS5 version of it. But they might have to do the GT7 7.5 PS5 only. But I'd rather that they released it, even if it was unfinished, that they released it now so we can play it now. I'm enjoying it so much. I still have no problems with GT7. Then have to wait another year for it. I'm happy that they released it now. I know others bitch and complain about it, but you know what? I'd rather be playing it now in its current state than not playing it at all and not having a decent racing game on the PS PlayStation. Senna Corsa on the PlayStation's an absolute joke. Absolutely. And what I will do, I'm going to show you. I'm going to finish when I get to this. Look, we're going to jump on the Senna Corsa on PS5, and I'm going to show you how many people are on an online server. Right, we have to go around to the left. This is really hard to because you can't really see where the track goes. But yeah, I'm happy that they're going ahead with G7. I think it's probably. I don't think it's stable enough yet to the FIA standard. That's why they've. But I think the FIA may have some problems with Senna Corsa themselves. Mainly things they're going to have much less people doing it. To be honest, the player base on console is still a lot higher than the player base on Senna Corsa on PC. Senna Corsa is great. Look, it's a good game. Problem is, even the PC version, it doesn't run too great. My PC needs a new motherboard, CPU and RAM. That's another expense that I have to look into at some point. And wow, this is really quite hard. That's where I need to get to, that tower. Then I'm going to load up. Jeez, not to have a go of I just want to show you how many people are on the PS5 version of Senna Corsa and why I say it's just a piece of trash. The game's great offline if you want to do tracks at Bathurst and stuff like that. The AI absolutely shit. That's one area. The AI shits on Gran Turismo in Senna Corsa. The AI is so much better in Senna Corsa. And racing offline, the racing online and graphics wise, Senna Corsa is just a piece of crap. It's got worse graphics than Gran Turismo, but better sound. Okay, we've unlocked this. And in tomorrow's stream, probably I'll do that tomorrow, I might go and unlock that tower, which is quite hard to get up there. But for now, let's oh, I can't show you. Sorry, I just realised I can't change games. But what I will do is once I finish the stream, check out my Discord, and I will mention on there how many people are playing online worldwide. We don't have separate servers like in Gran Turismo, different regions, and I bet you it's under 50 playing that game on console worldwide. Anyway guys, thanks for coming. I'll see you probably tomorrow. I'll do some more streaming of this since I can't do any more Gran Turismo. And yeah, stay safe and bye for now guys. Do appreciate that you all coming along. We'll see you in a future video. Thanks again guys. See you on Discord.